Hey, what's up guys, it's Sam here. How are you guys doing today? We're having a fantastic day today. I have a story time video that I'm going to tell. So I think without further ado, we should just get right into this story. This story takes place back in December. I was riding the bus home. Now, I'll give a little bit of reference. So before that day, I had kind of when I ride the bus home, sometimes when I get off at my friend's house, I'll get off at my friend's house because I don't want to walk from my house to his house. I'll just get off there. I know the day after Halloween, I left my bike at his house, during Halloween. And the next day I came and picked it up, and I got off the bus. The bus driver didn't care. It was all well and good. I'd done it a few other times when I went over to his house, and it was all fine until one day, there's this ginger kid on my bus who's a fucking asshole, and I'm sure it was him who told the bus driver that I wasn't supposed to be getting off there. He's a fucking snitch, and he's an asshole, and he, goes out of his way to make my life a living hell, because he's a fucking bitch. But, I accidentally, got off at the stop before my stop. I wasn't even, really paying attention. This one day, I got off at the stop, before my stop, and the bus driver was like, "You can't get off there," and I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, so you have to get back on the bus," and I did. I got back on the bus, but the next day, I told my friends about the whole thing, and I was going to get off at Nick's stop or Dom's stop. I think, they both got off at the same stop because Nick isn't really supposed to be on that bus. But, he rides the morning bus, the same bus in the morning, so the bus driver just thinks he's allowed to get off there. Nick got off there, and I got off at that stop because me and Nick were going to hang out that day. I didn't want to have to walk all the way, or have him, I would keep him company, kind of, as we were walking back to my house, because it was going to be at my house, so I didn't want him to have to walk alone, or if it was going to be at his house, I didn't want to walk, all the way from my house to his house, which is a 10-minute walk, if I could just get off at the stop. So I stood up, and I walked off, and the driver was like, "I can't let you off here," and I was like, "Sorry," and then I just walked off anyway, and he's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting off," and he's like, "Dude, really? I told you that you couldn't get off here," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting off anyway," and he's like, "You literally can't get off here," and I'm like, "Sorry." So then the next day, I got on the bus, and I told him I was sorry. He, made a whole announcement about how, my old buddy Sam here decided it was a good idea to get off the bus early, so I had to write him a referral. You have to be getting off at your own stop. I can't really blame him for putting me on the spot like that. I was kind of addicted to him, and this guy's a nice driver. He's a really nice guy. He's really cool. He's really funny, so I felt bad. I genuinely felt bad for doing that. If it was my bus driver last year, she was a fucking bitch, so I wouldn't have felt bad for doing that, but he was a cool dude, so I felt bad. I apologized. He was like, "It's cool," and it's fine now. But, after the New Year's, after Christmas break, I got back from school, and the first day I got back from school, they calmed me down. They called me down to the dean's office, and they were like, "So why are you getting off at other stops?" And I'm like, "Because I don't want to get off at my stop and then have to walk all the way to my friend's house when I could just get off at my friend's stop and be there." And she's like, "Well, yeah, but it's a safety concern." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? How's that a safety concern? And the driver was like, if something happens to you on your way back and you get hurt or you go missing, it's now my fault. And I'm like, it's not your fucking fault if I get kidnapped because I decided to get off the bus. That's my fucking fault. Or the kidnapper's fault. No, it's the kidnapper's fault for kidnapping me, but, I had control over it. It wasn't your fault because I decided to get off, so that's pretty stupid if you ask me. But, the dean was like, "So why are you getting off at other stops?" And I was like, "Because I don't want to walk to my friend's house if I could just get off at his house." And she's like, "Well, you have to be getting off at your stop." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry." She gave me detention. She fucking straight up gave me detention. I just sat in detention that whole time, bored out of my mind. I was just listening to music. The detention teacher was like, "Get off your phone," multiple times, and I just didn't. Because I didn't want to. But yeah, it wouldn't really bother me if, it A, wasn't the stupidest existing rule in the entire history of school, and B, she didn't wait 3 weeks to give me detention. If you gave me the punishment right as I did it, that'd be one thing, but the fact that she, waited 3 weeks to give me the detention is kind of annoying. So, yeah, that's my point of view of it. If you guys like this video, please like on it. If you dislike this video, please leave a dislike and a hate comment telling me exactly what I did wrong. I think I have another story time video coming out tomorrow, but I'm not sure. But yeah, as always, guys, goodbye, kitty cats.